We've got Rajat Bose from RajatKBose.com. Prakash Gaba, CFT of PrakashGaba.com, is right here with us in our studios. Morning, gentlemen. What do you make of the kind of fall that you're seeing in the Nifty all of a sudden, Rajat? 52.88.
What I would like to mention here is that we have been expecting this kind of a thing. In fact, in the earlier segment when I was referring that I was not expecting the Nifty benchmark index to actually cross 53.19 to about 53.36 major supply zone. And today it is a day when we are actually anticipating some kind of a corrective swing, and that corrective swing has already started happening. So far what you have seen, that Nifty holding above 5300 or at least 5290, that was a kind of minor distribution, and now perhaps we would see some kind of profit taking would happen and the benchmark index can slide down. Once it falls below 52.79 and stays there, then it would show further weakness. We can expect 52.67, 52.54 or even 52.39 for that matter on the downside. But the range between 52.67 and 52.39 is a major support area. Unless you see a close below 52.39 for the benchmark index, there is not much concern as such for the bulls. And you will see one thing in tandem, that rupee would also weaken now that it is entering into a support zone of say below 54.50 to about 54.83. There are lots of support levels. I'm not expecting rupee to fall below 54.83. On the other hand, for any recovery in the rupee, you will see 54.20 to about 54 acting as a resistance level. So equity traders would have to balance the two and accordingly decide as to how they would trade.
All right, Rajat, we'll come back to you in just a moment, but let's take it across to Prakash to identify some of the trading ideas he's identified at the moment.
I like Sesa Goa. Looks good to me. Good base formation. Looks like it's turning from here. Looks like 180 should be a bottom out here. On the upside, we could see levels closer to 215, 210 zones. Have a tight stop just below the level of 200 or 195 and trade long. Sesa Goa looks good from a slightly longer term perspective. I also like Satyam. Satyam has come out of a range, can a breakout at 80, 82 seems to be a strong support zones. The days to come, we could see Satyam climb to levels closer to maybe around 88 to 90. That's the zone for Satyam. It looks good. And the third stock that I like is perhaps Moser Baer. Looks okay. One could have a stop at 950. On the upside, we could see levels closer to 1150. It could be a reluctant up, but up. So far, looks like the process of bottoming out on, and there's little downside and more upside.
This space, in fact, the sector which has been plagued with numerous problems, you will have a good boost to the order book for L&T. So, Prakash, 1400 for L&T on last car, not really reacting to that news, but how do you check into it on the charts?
Looks like the market was aware of this news. Structurally, the way it's moved up from 1080 to levels around 1440, it looked like at the end of the road for L&T. It's getting tired, looks tired to me. I would say short L&T now. News is out. Have a stop above 1415. Can it come down to levels closer to 1360? The answer is yes. So it's a shorting opportunity in L&T.
Okay, and in fact, you had Ajay who just flagged that stock off, saying that dealers are advising to book profits in the medium term. Goldman Sachs also came out with that report, removing the stock from its conviction buy list. But for the month of June, you've seen a good appreciation to the tune of 25%. Rajat, wanted to come to you to some of the unusual movers that Navneet flagged off. Voltas, which in 1 month has appreciated 20%, and OnMobile Global up for the second day on the trot.
You talked about Voltas, right?
Yes.
And yeah, Voltas is actually, this is one stock that can be bought as an investment. I mean, my feeling is that this is actually, this is giving a good signal, technical signal, that it is going to cross its 200-day moving average just above 110, and thereafter there is some resistance around 120, but from a medium-term perspective, one can expect, say, something like 145 to about 150 in 3 to 6 months time horizon. And this chart is looking like that there are people who are taking position in this as an investment bet, at least a medium-term bet in this. So any dip should be used as a buying opportunity and put a stop loss below 95 on closing price basis. So Voltas definitely looks good. And regarding on-mobile, what I would say is that I do not have much faith in this company. I mean, this looks like that people have actually exited this stock, and there must be something seriously wrong about it. And there had been allegations about management's wrongdoings and all that. So my suggestion is that if at all you get a rally, and that rally, if it doesn't cross 40, then this would be a good opportunity to seek an exit from an existing holding, and no fresh purchases be made, because even if its short-term or intraday swing may be up, but its intermediate and long-term trends are down, so avoid this stock.